Has the Labour leader Kier Starmer been taking the Prime Minister Boris Johnson's scraps? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London with your latest political news. Now let me explain the background to this particular story. As we recently saw, the Labour leader, who's a rather beleaguered figure right now, having lost so much in a recent vote, decided it was time to pep up his celebrity. So he signed on the dotted line to appear on the ITV show Live Stories, hosted by the axed GMB host Piers Morgan. Now here's where it gets really interesting, simply because prior to Mr. Morgan's departure from the breakfast show, which was doing incredibly well, they'd finally decided to secure an interview with Prime Minister Boris Johnson. This had been high on their list for well over 18 months. Sadly for Piers, he didn't get that particular opportunity, and neither did GMB, simply because, of course, the ratings have now fallen to their lowest ever and people are turning off in their droves. So, what were they going to do? Simply because the Boris interview was a precursor to getting him to agree to also appear on Live Stories, possibly near the time of an election, but nonetheless a deal. Well, when that didn't come off, they decided, of course, to offer the scraps to another leader, Kier Starmer. But sadly for him, even though his own Labour team told me personally they didn't need any help with their PR to put their beleaguered leader back on track, they decided this was a good idea for Mr. Starmer to appear on Live Stories. Well, it was a disaster. There was no mention of Jimmy Savile, no mention of taking the knee, and it was all a bit of a whitewash, lacklustre really performance. And more importantly, for ITV, the woke channel, it bombed in the ratings too. So it remains to be seen exactly what Kier Starmer plans to do next to simply get back on track. Neil Sean, Westminster, London.